Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm gonna teach you how to make Chow Mein, soy sauce chow mein. This is another classic Chinese dish served throughout many Cantonese style restaurants, especially the cha chan tangs and dim sum restaurants. Even though soy sauce chow mein is easy and fast to make, it is also easy to mess up. I'm gonna teach you how to make a restaurant style soy sauce chow mein. So let's go. Let's make some noodles first. There are two types of noodles you can buy to make chow mein: fresh egg noodles and dry egg noodles. To me, both are just fine, but today I'm using dry egg noodles because I know most of you that are watching might not be able to find fresh ones, but the dry ones you can easily order online. Today I'm cooking 200 grams of dry noodles, which will be enough for 2 people. If you want to serve 4, then I highly recommend cooking twice. I'll explain more about that later on. Drop the noodles into a pot of boiling water for 2 to 3 minutes. Stir occasionally so the noodles won't stick. You do not want to overcook your noodles. When the noodles are done, immediately strain, then rinse with cold water. This will stop the cooking process so your noodles won't be mushy. The next step is super important. You have to get rid of as much moisture as you possibly can. Sopping wet noodles is a Chinese cook's worst enemy. Conventional Chinese restaurants spread the noodles on a sheet pan and use fans to blow on them dry. Now you can do that too, but my kitchen is unconventional. I prefer using a noodle spinner. Yeah, so you can buy these noodle spinners at your local department store. They call it a salad spinner. I don't know why they call it a salad spinner. Personally, I don't eat salads. I find that this is great for drying out your noodles, so it's an awesome noodle spinner. So you should buy these if you love noodles and give it out to your friends and family. Alright, so a couple more ingredients you'll need. You'll need some bean sprouts. This is about 50 grams of bean sprouts. These are washed already. And we just need a little bit of carrots. You can add as much as you want, or you can add as little as you want. It's up to you. You just need to cut it into small little matchsticks. And then there are 2 very important ingredients for this dish. It is, what is this? Spring onions and onions. Now preferably I would use scallions, but I can only find spring onions in Thailand. But these are very important flavors for the ingredient, especially the white part of the scallion or spring onions, okay? So for the spring onions, you just want to snip off the roots. You don't want to cut off too much of the stem because that's where most of the flavor is going to come from. You'll see what I'm talking about later. So I'm gonna set that aside, and then the leaves, I'll just chop it into like 3-inch slices. The onion, we don't need too much. 1/4 onion should do it. Just cut it into thin strips like that. I'm gonna set it aside with the spring onions. And then just 3 small cloves of garlic. And we're just gonna slice the garlic, okay? You don't want to mince it because when we cook it with the onions and the spring onions, we don't want it to burn. I'm gonna add some ham, okay? So I'm just gonna use 1 slice of smoked ham. Because normally soy sauce chow mein is not heavy on proteins, but if you want to make it with shrimp or cow or pork, just let me know and I'll make a video for you next time, okay? So that is enough ham. I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, so the most important thing of this dish, the namesake, right? Soy sauce. So there's a lot of confusion about soy sauce, and I don't blame you guys, okay? It is really confusing. There are two types of soy sauce that goes into this, light and dark. And when it comes to explaining things, I am horrible. So I'm gonna show you by example, okay? So first off is dark soy sauce. I'm gonna use a Thai brand of dark soy sauce, okay? Dark soy sauce is gonna produce the dark color that you see in soy sauce chow mein. Now, when they talk about dark soy sauce, okay, not only are they referring to the sweeter soy sauce, they're also referring to the viscosity of the soy sauce. You can see it comes down slow. It's kind of like molasses, right? See? And some brands of dark soy sauce, it's a lot thicker than others. But I'm using this Thai brand, which I like a lot. Okay, so I just need 1 tablespoon. Now I'm gonna drop it in, okay? Now look, see, it's slow, drips in slow, but most importantly, you see how it sticks to the tablespoon? This is the light soy sauce that I use some of the time. It's another Thai brand, but in Thailand, they call it thin soy sauce. All right, so I think that just adds to some of the confusion because this brand of Thai soy sauce, a light soy sauce, is actually very popular in most Asian supermarkets too. So when they're talking about light or thin, they're referring to the viscosity of the sauce, not to the sodium level, okay? So if you want low sodium soy sauce, look for a bottle that specifically says low sodium. Okay, so for the light soy sauce, all I need is half a tablespoon. I'm gonna do it slowly because it's gonna come out fast because it's a lot more liquidy. As you can see, all right? So that's half a tablespoon. Look, see? It sloshes around the tablespoon easily, and when I pour it out, right? Clean, right? Okay, so now I hope you guys understand the difference between light soy sauce and dark soy sauce. All right, so we also need a couple of more sauce ingredients to make this soy sauce chow mein a really delicious one. So I'm gonna need half a tablespoon of oyster sauce. And then next up is half a teaspoon of MSG. It's Chinese cooking, okay? There's MSG in it, I promise you. And then here's a sauce ingredient that I think is very important in noodle dishes. It is vinegar. Now, there are some restaurants that use vinegar in their lo mein or chow mein. I find that vinegar really helps boost the flavors, and more flavors is good, right? So for this dish, I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon of black vinegar, Chinese black vinegar. Plus, we just need 1 large dash of ground white pepper. Finally, about half a teaspoon of white sugar. And then I'm just going to mix this up. It is a good idea to have your sauce mixed in a bowl at the ready because this is a stir fry and you should be quick. Okay, now as I mentioned before, what I have here is 200 grams of noodles, okay? Now this is enough to serve about 2 people, all right? So think about 100 grams of noodles per person, okay? Now it is important to know how much noodles you have because when cooking Chinese food, a dish like this, stir fry, you need to be aware of how much ingredients is gonna go into that pan, okay? Now for Chinese cooking, we need high heat. And it is a high heat working together with the ingredients that create that unique flavor that you find at Chinese restaurants. So a lot of people cooking at home, they make the mistake of overcrowding their pan. And then you're just steaming your food and not stir frying, okay? Stir fry, that's the main key word, okay? So let's say you're cooking for 4 people, or you're just a big eater like me and you wanna cook 400 grams of noodles. In that case, just cook it twice. I mean, it's so quick and so easy to cook this, you'll be eating in no time, okay? So remember, never ever overcrowd your pan. Okay, so let's start cooking. So first thing, I'm gonna set my wok on a medium-high heat. And then I'm gonna drop in garlic, onion, and the spring onion stems. Plus my carrots. This is gonna go quick. So once my onions turn like brown on the edges, soften up and look slightly translucent, I'm gonna switch off the heat and just remove it from the wok and set it aside. So next up, I'm gonna cook my bean sprouts. I'm gonna add just half a tablespoon of oil, and my pan is plenty hot already, so put that in. Sprouts take a little bit longer to cook because there's more water in it. And that's why I didn't cook it along with the carrots and the onions and the spring onions. And you just want to cook the sprouts until they soften up. All right, so once my bean sprouts turn brown, just like that, slightly brown like that, and wilted, I'm gonna remove it and add it with my aromatics. All right, and here comes the fun part. I'm gonna set my wok on a medium-high heat. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of oil. Don't be surprised that there's a lot of oil because, hey, restaurants, they use a lot of oil. Okay, I'm gonna put in noodles. Now normally when I cook a chow mein, I use a spatula, but I find that tongs or chopsticks work better for chow mein. So you have to understand, this is a chow mein, not a pan-fried noodle, okay? And you gotta constantly keep it moving around so that it doesn't get burned or crispy, because we're not making crispy noodles. So you're gonna see some of your noodles get a little bit burned or brown. That's okay. That's flavor. At this point, if your pan gets too hot, you can drop the heat down a little bit. And maybe drop it down to a medium. Because I know everybody's kitchen has a different kitchen equipment, right? So that's one thing about cooking at home, is that you have to understand the equipment that you're working with. And there's just a pleasant smell of fried noodles. So I know right now it's the time to add the sauce. So for the sauce, I'm gonna add it on the side, just like that. As soon as the sauce hits the pan, it's going to cook up and help release more flavors from the sauces. You can see it, right? I'm telling you, it smells so good in here. Whoa. Okay. All right, so once the noodles are covered with the sauce, I'm gonna jack my heat up back to a medium-high. And I'm gonna toss all my cooked aromatics. Just toss it in. And right now it's a good time to put in the ham too. All right, I'm gonna switch the heat off, and I'm just gonna drop in my spring onion, and I'm gonna cover it with the noodles. Gonna let the noodles steam the spring onions. You don't need to cook the spring onions at all. The residual heat from the wok, and especially the noodles, is gonna help cook down your spring onions. See? Take a good look at the noodles. They're not clumped up. They're all separate strands of just
Yum.
Alright everyone, so thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned how to make soy sauce chow mein. Now if you want to learn how to make an excellent beef chow fun, watch this next video. It's going to teach you how to make restaurant quality beef chow fun. And remember, I do make deliveries. I take Bitcoins and camels as payment.